It's about that time. Quality time. Turn it up. This is the Quality Control Podcast. Let's go.
Coming to a place like this, we always talked about we all said we don't talk about things. Mm-hmm. And when we don't talk about things, we assume we're the only person that's effing up. Mm-hmm. And that's what essentially drives us crazy, because I could be having the same, marital issue, you, and you. Exactly. But if we never talk about it, because guess what? If you say, man, wife left the sink on and men got water all on the hallway floor, and I'd be like, God damn, that just happened to me the other day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It happens like that. But when you don't say it, you'll feel like, man.
That's right, man.
I guess my wife the only person doing it. Or I feel I'm the only person who made student loans, made the bad decision on student loans. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because we're afraid to talk about things because we feel like we're the only person that's screwed up, and everybody here is screwed up. Right.
I don't think it's afraid, though. I think we've been taught.
We've been conditioned.
We've been conditioned.
Yeah.
To be the silent victim. We've been conditioned, babe. You a man, suck it up.
I was gonna say, because even a few times you say something, it's getting shut down.
Yeah.
Or it's getting cast out like, you be all right. It ain't no big deal.
There's no answer.
You all right. Figure it out.
But you know what I found out?
What's that?
Is that when they do that, it's because they haven't been taught.
Yeah, absolutely.
And because they don't know how to deal. Okay. It's like they deal with things, or people deal with things, but we don't know how to articulate it, or explain it, or lead somebody out of a ditch.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I was telling my wife about, because I heard a little something about what Steve Harvey had did. He had said something, and I was saying to myself, I was like, you know what? I told my wife, I said, see, now he's 60-some years old. He's seen a whole lot of things. He's able to explain, because he's looked at it, because it's been done. But you said the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and getting the same result.
Right.
Expecting a different result, but you get the same result all the time. But when you're able to explain things to somebody, and you're able to help somebody, but they are afraid, man.
They got to be.
They really are. Because, just like you said, I mean, you just opened up to us and you told us, that you the first time you got married.
Yeah.
The average, I'm a poultry operator. I work in poultry. I'm a shipping manager now. In those factories, man, it's all about getting your numbers up. It's all about don't tell, don't ask, don't tell, or you don't see anything. So that is a way.
That's the culture.
It's still being brought up in 2022.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
As open as we are now, but we still keep that little shut thing down. Like my mom said, it was dead then, it's dead now. Right. I mean, man, we've all heard those things, man. But
and I think it's very simple to, with those terms and phrases, what I feel like they do is shut the brain down quick.
Yes.
So you don't have to problem solve if I tell you deal with it yourself. I ain't gotta think of a solution. I don't have to think of anything to tell you. I basically just brushed it off and said, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, that's avoiding confrontation, whether it's confrontation with another person or with yourself. Exactly. You have to have mental confrontation with yourself in order to evolve and become a problem solver, because we've all talked about this.
Yes.
What may be a problem to us, it's not a problem to Jay-Z. If we got a $100,000 problem here, we got to do this, that, third, 1, 2, 3.
You got to figure something out.
Problem. Man, that's just him saying, hey, man, make sure that you take care of, or he paying somebody to take care of for him.
That's it.
So we have to deal with stuff. And in coming here or coming to a facility or barbershop like this, which I don't even think is nothing like this. The way we go, this is different. That's why we're here today. Totally. This is different.
Totally.
But you have to have those conversations, because essentially, once we get to this next topic, we want to talk about how rewarding it is when somebody's trajectory changes based on the conversation they've had here. How rewarding is it to you, Jeremy, when you had somebody that you kind of was on the bubble about, didn't know, or a new client? Me and you, we've been rocking for at least 3.5, 4 years. You didn't know me, you knew Chris. Right. And it took me a while to open up to you guys, because I can play it back in a while. Like, I just don't know. But once I started hearing the topics, I'm like, okay, let's see. So how rewarding is it when you meet somebody and you expose them to these type of conversations or the environment that you're trying to harbor by having this type of business, and you see the trajectory of their lives change based on something you said or said indirectly, or based on you having this establishment where they can come to hear valuable information and go out and become an entrepreneur or go out and get a promotion, try another job field or excel in the area. How rewarding is that to you? And have you had that happen before?
Yeah. On multiple occasions. Well, all the time. It's supposed to be.
Yep.
It's supposed to happen that way.
Right.
So when it doesn't happen is when I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because it's supposed to be that way. We're supposed to grow. We're supposed to evolve. We're supposed to press each other.
Yes.
We're supposed to challenge each other. That's the challenge of life. I mean, competition. We were all the one sperm.
Absolutely.
We're all the one sperm that made it.
That's it.
And that success is supposed to happen on a daily basis. You said just a minute ago. You get up in the morning. I need to see where it is that I want to be at the end of this 24 hours. Mm-hmm. Something is supposed to happen. I don't get excited about the results of what's supposed to come from it. We've all heard from we've heard it. I deserve blah blah blah. You don't deserve nothing that you don't work for.
Right.
Brother.
You don't eat until you get finished working. So we shouldn't be excited about winning a championship unless we didn't do the work to win it. Yeah, you're supposed to get the rewards of the hard work. You're supposed to. Yeah. So it's a shame that we get to the point where we're excited about one win. Hell, I win all day long. Mm-hmm. I had a guy ask me one time, about taking a vacation. I said, man, after every haircut is a championship celebration for me because I've had this conversation. I've created this relationship. This is something that I essentially either stole, as far as my craft, I either stole the information, came up with it, perfected it, or challenged myself to do something. So every haircut that I provide is a tiny championship win for me.
Absolutely.
So it's the results at the end of the day. I expect to be winning. I expect for the people that I'm surrounded. I sacrifice some relationships that weren't growing in order to create the environment of men that I'm around. Everybody that comes up in here winning on a regular basis.
Yep.
And if a gentleman comes in, he got a new vehicle, I feel like we all got a new vehicle.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because what led to you being able to get that vehicle is like a championship. You're not celebrating the ball. You're celebrating those mornings that you didn't want to get up and practice. You're celebrating when you wanted to stop and you persisted through the hurt and the all the exhaustion. That's what you're celebrating. It's not the ball.
Yep. You knew it was worth it when you got up, even though you didn't see it. Yeah. And now you get there, it's like, I knew it.
Yeah.
That's what you're celebrating. You're celebrating the journey that you had to convince yourself to go.
Right.
And actually get there.
What's the guy, Michael White?
Michael J. White.
Michael J. White. He said when he walked in, which one of you MFers is gonna come in second?
Yeah.
We should have that type of confidence. We should have those type of aspirations and goals, and so it's not a. In order to if I had to answer the question, it's supposed to be that way. It is rewarding, but we shouldn't even be excited about winning. Trump says you're gonna get tired of winning. Well, with the people that I'm around and that comes into that is attracted to this barbershop, it's winners. It's a winner circle.
That's it.
Yeah. And it's intentional. It was created. The manifestation of this was It was the requirement, and I don't want to say that it was inevitable, but it was inevitable. Mm-hmm. I got out the way and let what I was supposed to do. I let the universe tell me, all right, you need to be set up for this.
Right.
You need to be right here. You need to have this because, everybody's like, the decor. I took small pieces from all of my clients. Was like, I know he'll enjoy this. This guy deserves this. We ain't got hard chairs. We got leather sofas and chairs. And you've been working all day. You deserve to come in and be comfortable while you wait. You deserve it. Because I heard when you say that, I got a guy fall asleep. I think I've been cutting his hair 15, 20 years.
Oh, wow.
I can count on one hand how many times he has not fallen asleep. But I get it. I don't know if he's narcoleptic or what, but if this is where his safe haven is, go ahead. Son. I'm talking about Jay, what you do this week? He's sleep. I'm talking about sleep. He been oversleep, but I get it. Well, it's supposed to be that way.
Yeah. And I was like, can I add to the point? I'll just add, you said something very key. You're talking about the competition.
Yeah.
Competition starts from within.
Absolutely.
And what, on the inside of yourself, what are you requiring? Yeah. What do you want to pull out of yourself? Like, do you want to dig deeper? Do you want to see what you really can accomplish? And I hear people say, what's how the phrase go? It's like comparison is thief of joy. I get that. Yeah. But competition is what men thrive on. Yeah. Now, if you grow up with your mom, you're gonna be, you're kind of whatever. And I grew up in a single parent home, so a lot of people also I'm like, I don't want to, step on them. But competition is necessary because competition brings out the best in everybody. That's right. Yeah. Like if you have no competition, you have no drive. That's it. If I know every day when I wake up, if I don't work, I don't eat.
So that's the world.
That's enough for me to be like,
we take over nations.
Let me go wake up.
Competition has this war going on right now in Ukraine. If you try not to be competitive, you'll be worried. You'll be the victim every time. Somebody said one time, such and such was said that they were disappointed in you. I chuckled, and I guess that's how I always come across as the asshole. But I'm fine. I've made my peace with that right now. And my explanation was, I said, I know what I didn't do yesterday that I could have done. I know what I got to do tomorrow. I know what I'm probably not going to do, and I got to go to sleep with myself every night. I could give a damn about what somebody feels about me because I'm my biggest cheerleader, but I'm also my worst critic because I know what a bunch of folks don't know about me. Right. So, folks, if there were a line, the folks gonna be there a long time before I get to them to figure out what it is what their concerns are about me. I'm over here beating myself out. It's the Fight Club. Yeah. Somebody walk up and you mind if I get some? When the guy was out there beating himself up, that's me. But I also got myself on my shoulder, parading myself around because it's that competition. When you said it comes from within, I am my biggest competition. And it's lonely. It got lonely at one point because when I started to separate myself, that having to deal with releasing what I had been taught. By somebody that wasn't successful. And I hate to shit on anybody else, but we have to in order, every man has to go through it. Every real man has to go through it. You're going to be out there alone. It's the 300 when they send them out there. Don't come back until you got that wolf cub. Yeah. You cannot, in every aspect of life as a man, there are repetitive times in which you are cast out and you got to come back with the wolf. no matter, it ain't just one time that we going through it. I mean, as you get older, once you become a father for the first time, once you decide I'm about to leave the safety of this job because I can do better. Mm-hmm. Once I'm in a position where now I got to start thinking about retirement. Yeah. I got to start thinking about investing. There are so many times in which you have to challenge yourself. Mm-hmm. And it's that coming back with the wolf.
That's it.
Because at the end of the day, when it works out, that gamble works out. And you muscle through all the criticisms and the doubts of the people that are under the umbrella that you're providing for. Because that's where you get most of your criticism from. It's the same folks that you providing shelter for.
Right.
Who has the most amount of doubt. You sure? Well, why you got to do that? None that I did failed in the past.
Correct.
That and if it did, I still had a safety net for it, and you've always benefited from it. Stop questioning.
Man, that's interesting. You say that the people that's under your umbrella criticize you and kind of try to keep you back from making moves because essentially
that's fear.
What they don't understand is that's not the real fear. Their fear of losing what they have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But they don't understand our fear is that standing still, we lose what we have anyway. There has to be progression. Mm-hmm. You can't stay still because look at what we got going on. Dollar Tree, it's $1.25. You can make a joke out of it, but there was no way. And they got $6 items, $10. There's no way they could have floated at $1 for an item now. Mm-hmm. You're looking at gasoline. You're looking at, minimum wage trying to go up. All those things are, the floor is rising under you. Mm-hmm. There's no way you can't keep climbing because if you stay there, you still end underwater because the only thing constant is change. So I understand it. You had something?
I'll say, well, I was sitting up here thinking about what you were saying when you were talking. I was kind of just thought of a phrase. As a man, you're on guard. And once you leave your post, because you think everything is comfortable and we ain't got no threat, that's when everything changes. And if you playing behind the 8 ball, if you reacting, you already behind. You gotta try to be you gotta try to see what's coming ahead and prepare yourself. You always want to do that. One thing I want that you said that I kind of would like to hear everybody's opinion on is you talk about the journey as a man of walking alone. And I know everybody here probably felt, at some point where you had to take that walk by yourself. Yeah. Though that's not saying you ain't got friends, stuff like that around, but nobody really understands where you are and the path that you're going. And even like you talked about the separation. That's something I would like to kind of dig into, if we could dig into a little bit more and kind of just get everybody's opinion on. I mean, I guess something that would help maybe somebody that's listening or, maybe experiencing that right now because it's a lonely walk. It's a lonely walk. And it's, like you said, it's going to happen. It ain't going to happen one time, but transitions in life naturally make that happen. Mm-hmm. And so that's something I would kind of like to dig a little deeper into.
Man, I would give something real quick so we can, keep it fresh. We probably come back to it. And like I said, if the people, agree on, our content, we'll definitely come back with some more.
Absolutely.
What I would say is a lot of people want to be a boss. Mm-hmm. Just put it out there. And I would consider Jeremy a boss. He answers to nobody. Can't nobody say, Jeremy, why you ain't at work? And it's 8:15. Can't nobody say, hey, Jeremy, you're fired. Mm-hmm. Those are two things they can't tell. Dame Dash hearts on that. And even in that episode of Breakfast Club, you watch that, you learn that everybody will start to come at you. They will resent you for your advancement. They will criticize your moves because they don't understand. Mm-hmm. That's why the walk is so lonely because it's like, okay, he's doing this, he think he's doing that, man. He didn't change, he didn't got different. Okay, because you start to understand money. Mm-hmm. You start to understand that you're not supposed to keep your money in the bank. You got to flip and invest like everybody around you. You start to understand that the 401k system is going to tax you harder when you take it out. Yes. So you probably figure out how to flip it better and get it in your hand. Right. You start to figure out what we've been talking about for the last 6 months. We knew somebody was going to file for Barber somewhere. We knew it. How many times have we had a conversation in this field? Look, guys, it ain't ill but win. It's just the one thing that can help stabilize this inflation is conflict. Yeah. And why do you see it all coming down? So my takeaway from what he's saying as far as walking alone is that you're alone in your understanding. And you're not alone in your understanding. It's just you're farther away from the next person that understands, you know, unless you're coming to some place like this. Because I can truly say, coming here, everybody understands because everybody's going through similar situations. And that's what makes the conversation so rich. Yes. You know, you got people, you know, talking about you, saying you should do this, that, and the third. Okay, you got people saying that, why should I do this? Why should I do that? Or you're this, you're that, you change. Why you doing this to the money? Why you not driving this, that, and the third? You get around like-minded people that are going through the same thing, like we talked about. It's like, it's common. Yep. It's so common now that we don't even talk about some of that stuff because we're trying to focus on what's going on around us. If we, you know, aspire to be bosses or bosses like Jeremy, okay, economy gonna hit. But look what Jeremy did. Jeremy has this. Ain't nobody finna let they hair grow out longer than they need to. Ain't nobody finna go to Salad, buy no pack of clips and cut no salad bowl. It's not finna happen. I ain't finna do it. I'm gonna be here every week. To get me clipped up. So that's my takeaway. Chris, you got anything you want to say about being out there on that island as a progressive man, trying to do better for yourself every day and not, you know, feeling, you know, I guess included, which I know we don't care about that. But how would you help somebody say, hey, if they're moving forward and they feel like, especially young people, if you're that one person that's trying to go to school, trying to get your degree or trying to, you know, have a business, something like that, and you're 18 years old, I had a conversation with somebody like that. They will feel alone because no 18-year-old is thinking like that around them, probably within 1,000-mile radius. So what would you say to that up-and-coming person that wants to be, his conversation was, I want 6 figures by the time I'm 23. Ooh. And guess what? I told him it was possible. So what would be your advice as far as day-to-day operations of themselves, how they need to deal with that loneliness?
Well, the way I dealt with it coming up, because, you know, a lot of guys, they were out. I got a lot of brothers and cousins. They play baseball a lot. You know, I'm out there working because I'm trying to get something. I'm trying to get there fast because I saw opportunity and I said, ooh, I can't get it if I'm not here. Yeah. So those were the sacrifices that I did. I went to work because I'm in the work market. I'm not my own boss. But there's enough money out there that you can get because, you know, but you just have to stay diligent. You know, the race is not given to the swift nor the strong, but to him that endure it. Right. So by in that enduring, it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of not, okay, well, I don't feel like going to work today. That
ain't even an option.
It's not an option. The times are catching up with us, man. I just had a conversation with my cousin right before I came in here. And he just said, man, you can go ahead and put this on the topic too. The bread plant right there in Pelahatchie, Mississippi. Minimum wage. Their starting rate just went up to $20 an hour. Ooh. Starting today. Starting today.
Explain to the people what that means. They think, oh, it's $20 an hour, but explain to them what $20 an hour means. Or if you don't, I will, but you go.
What $20 an hour to me is that the need for workmanship is very needed. They see that the times are changing. They see that, you know, prices of vehicles, everything is up.
Everything's up.
Prices of groceries, they're up. Gas market, everything is up. I feel like there's another, you know, everything. I keep telling y'all, I don't think the state of Mississippi, I don't think the southern states were designed to because we are what you call the blue collar states. I say, where all the factories are, where everything is at, where all the industry is. I don't think they really wanted us to be at that rate, but because we are at that rate now, it's a shift. It's a shift. And that's what it means to me. But you need to stay diligent in what you're doing. But you go ahead and tell me.
No, you hit it on the head. Everything around you is going up. I mean, let's go back to Wendy's when it had the yellow sign and the wood and the rails going inside, and you got the seeds that were on the bun, the good Wendy's, the good stuff where you can dine in. Man, you go back, okay, you get a meatloaf for $9.99, something like that. Now you $20. You go to Wendy's, you get you a specialized combo, you $12, $13. And then that's if you don't want to drink. They still hitting you up. Yep. So what's going on is, don't look at the $20 like, man, it's $20. Man, $20 is $20 new minimum wage. It's just like $7.25 back in 07 when they raised it. Right. So you still got to push. If you want better, you got to do better.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a good point you brought up about that, man. But at the same time, man, okay, that's $20 an hour. Okay. I was happy. Man, I said I was going to marry somebody if I made $40,000 a year, got $20 an hour. And she probably be listening to that right now. Man, I figured out them 40 grand a year wasn't nothing. I said, man, I need to bag up a punch because, man, we ain't finna get it off on no 40. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Then, remember I bought a $35,000 car that year? Yeah. But, man, we're going to move on to our favorite segment of the show. We're going to call this Get It Off Your Chest. This is the opportunity where you get a chance to talk about what's on your mind. It could be, I don't like pickles, onions, lettuce, tomatoes, cheese on sesame seed butter. It don't matter what it is. You might like 20W, 30 on the oil. You might like 5W. It don't matter. You might like Concrete Street versus Asphalt. It don't matter. Jeremy, you tell us what's on your mind and let's get it off your chest.
As far as keeping it in with barbers, because I'm more affiliated with that. So social matters, you know, we all have our opinion about it, but I'll keep it just strictly within this. We have to, black folks have to, black barbers and salon owners, we have to learn how to scale. Mm-hmm. And we've had this conversation a time or two in different aspects, but we get so excited about just having something that we own, and to speak more about ownership and not scaling. Corporations employ lobbyists. Lobbyists lobby politicians, which get legislation, which gets laws. All right. Small businesses can't hire lobbyists, which means that there's no legislation that's getting done, which means there's no change. You know, couple of, and you say you're gonna get some flack for what you said just a minute ago. Yeah. Make room. So couple of what was this past summer before last, there was the matter of the monument. And everybody wanted to put feet on the ground in order to get the monument moved. They were going about it wrong. And I told a couple of them they were going about it wrong because you can get exhausted from standing outside, and the people that didn't want the monument moved knew that you were gonna get exhausted from standing out there. It was hot. It was hot that summer. Mm-hmm. And you want to pound your feet, but there was no money spent on swaying the minds of the people that are in affirmation of the monument. There was no checks written. There was no contributions to the people, and no deal struck. There was no leverage.
There you go.
We think too small. We get satisfied with just getting pats on the back because you're an owner or you've elevated. Why do we think so small? There's not a lot of responsibility for just being a shop owner and not thinking about it. Because my aspirations is not just having a shop. It's how can I get a formula for this shop that I can market to somebody that wants to brand it and buy the business from me.
There you go.
Because I will sell it. I'll sell the whole look. How much? Where I got to sign? Yes, I'll sell it because I understand about capitalism, but that goes back to that 5% barber, 95% entrepreneur. I'm creating it to sell it.
There you go.
I can if with that amount of money, whatever they're gonna pay me for Gerard's. That'll give me a little time to get somewhere so I can think about the next venture. Mm-hmm. Well, because if they own Gerard's, and I'll come up with Gerard's 2.0, and I'm looking to sell it too, because the objective is to create a source of income, some income that I can leave to somebody. We call it generational wealth. Yeah. We don't have those conversations on a regular basis like we need to. other shop owners don't think about scaling their business because they're afraid of what comes with it. I won't be able to go out on Friday and Saturday nights because I'm too busy thinking about it. I don't give a damn about being entertained. I want to be informed.
There you go.
Take, because with COVID, a couple of us have talked about this on a regular basis. I stopped being entertained when the first shutdown happened, or when the shutdown happened in Mississippi. I took that 30 days and I was not entertained whatsoever. I became more informed about things that are closest to me. I started watching TV. Well, what benefit does TV have for me? Because everything, with sitcoms and situational comedies, and that don't benefit me because that was engineered to hurt me. Yeah, when the angry James Evans,
yes,
George Jefferson, he was angry. Red Fox was angry. Everybody was angry.
Everybody.
And then they wonder why we're aggressive.
Yeah, Rock was angry too. Huh?
Yeah. Rock was super angry. Hey, but we've been engineered to think small and be aggressive and not effective.
There you go.
And it's on my chest now.
It's on my chest. I like it. So we're gonna use that as your imparting wisdom.
Yeah.
Justin, what would you leave us with today, sir?
I'll just say, stay disciplined. Focus on your goals. Be serious about your goals. Be serious about your life. We only get one. Time is very valuable. It's something you can spend, but you can never save. You can never get it back. So don't waste your time on small things. Like he said, entertainment. I barely watch TV now. I really can't tell you the last show I just watched completely because it don't really hold my attention like that. But, be very careful about the people you surround yourself with if it's necessary. If you want to grow, you got to surround yourself around people who at that level. And that may require you to leave friends that you've been very comfortable with. And if that's the sacrifice that you deem is necessary to make and you feel like that's going to get you to the next level, make that sacrifice. And, like we talked about chasing these little girls and same thing with girls, vice versa, girls chasing these boys. Like, at the end of the day, you get more done with your one than you do with the many. And I also leave the quote, an older guy told me, if you got 100 options, you have none. So be very serious about your life. Be very intentional about what you want to do, where you want to go, and you can get there or whatever it is you want to do.
All right, Chris, what we got, man?
Well, I would just say, stop playing the blame game.
There you go. I like it.
Just, hey, look, slavery is over. It's modern day slavery. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But we still have the same opportunities as everybody else. Mm-hmm. Okay? Stop blaming people and just take accountability for your own self and your own actions and take advantage of the opportunities that you do have. And, hey, knock it out the park. Mm-hmm. But if you can't, recock and try it again.
I heard that. I'm going to piggyback off of what you said. Stop blaming people. We all black here. Stop blaming white people.
Oh, man.
Stop blaming white people. Yeah, so if I get the smoke for that, go ahead. Stop blaming white people.
Y'all got to get on Mario. It's still February.
Hey, I'm fine with that. Stop blaming white people.
Most definitely.
Because at the end of the day, some white people will help you out more than your own people.
That's very true.
Vice versa. It's the person. No matter what kind of container that they in. If they want to help you, they will help you. But what I really want to leave off of is about change. One thing about change, it requires change. Now, if you want change where you change from a caterpillar to a butterfly, you need to get some change. Yeah. As far as the 4 quarters you get from $1. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to change their situation without economics. That's Claude Anderson's thing. It's economics. The floor, his economic, skyscraper is economics. That's right. And guess what? To get change, which is the 4 quarters from the dollar, you have to change your mindset. Right. Mm-hmm. I was like, nobody's holding you back, just like Chris said. Stop blaming people. It's your mindset. You don't have money is because you don't know what to do with your money.
Right.
Understand? So, and Everybody want to say, man, I'm going to pray for God. He going to drop 20,000 in my mailbox. Stop sharing that in my inbox on Facebook. Share like this, you're going to get 20 grand. No. Man, you work, put your money in the right vehicle, you'll get $20. That's all. That's my thing. That's our thing. This is the last episode of Season 1 Quality Control Podcast. Quality people having quality conversations, leading quality results. And we out.